I've been really struggling with trying to understand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure your kids don't do this now that they're older, but
You'd be surprised.
yeah. So eating dinner, right? And then for whatever reason, like in between every bite, having to like fucking run around and like jump on the couch, like just eat your fucking food. I'm gonna say probably Silas and Salem don't do that anymore.
No, you're right.
But
You know
did they
why?
used to do that shit?
Because Silas right now, yeah, they did. But Silas right now wants to eat as quickly as possible so that he can get back to Fortnite.
Does he just scarf it down?
He will sometimes. He tries to take it upstairs, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, come
Tonight
on.
we actually had family dinner.
Wow, you all sat down at the table
And I made them put their iPads down.
Good.
And then I had to pick my phone up because I realized I ripped my pants.
SpongeBob style?
And this is like the third or fourth pair that's happened in the last year.
Where did you rip them?
It's always in the same spot. Right down the ass crack. Right down the ass crack. Like the inseam. Actually, it's usually between the like the middle inseam right at my taint or on like the back right pocket seam. It rips.
Do you think it's just from do you do a lot of
I do be
squatting?
I do be tootin'. So I think it's farts just wearing the fabric down.
Just over time.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Cheap pants, maybe?
I don't know. Like, okay, so I noticed today I was wearing my jeans and they have a hole in the crotch.
Like crotch rot?
Like, yeah, so maybe I'm just
away?
farting out my dick. And it's just yeah. So
Can I ask you something gross?
Mhm.
Okay. I've noticed this more as I've gotten older, but I'm going to pee, right? And I'm like pissing in a stall, in a urinal. Actually, at work we don't fucking have urinals, so I'm pissing.
Stalls only, baby.
Yeah, I know, it's so weird. Guys walk into the bathroom, see no urinals, they walk back out, they look at the sign, they say, "This is the men's room."
So, for those of you listening, we had a CEO who believed that everyone should pee sitting down. Look, I'm all for if you want to piss sitting down, fine, but you should have
I do it sometimes, like early, like late at night.
Sure.
I don't piss standing up when I just sit right on the toilet and I go.
But you
But
should
not at
have the option at work to use a urinal.
I know plenty of women that piss standing up as well.
Yeah.
Well, they squat.
Definitely harder, I feel like, to piss standing up as a female.
They mostly do it in urinals.
Sure.
Yeah. But anyway, so I'm pissing, and I get it all out. Right. It's all gone, and I pull my underwear back up, and I feel just warmth, like more pee was there as soon as I flip my dick up. Right.
And it hits your undies.
It hits my undies, and then it just goes, oh, there's more. So now I've gotten to I'll like rip toilet paper off, and I'll dab the tip of my dick, and I'll like put it away for fake to try to fake my dick out.
So that way you fucking get the rest out.
I pull the toilet paper out, and I put that back in, and I put it in the toilet.
So I think I've had so many kidney stones that my dick hole is just fried. But like I'll pee, and then
fried.
I'll have to like push a couple more times to get it all out.
Ugh.
And then what is it? You can only shake it twice because 3 times you're playing with yourself.
Mm-hmm. That's
so
true.
then I jerk off.
Yeah, so I'm playing with myself almost every time now, just to make sure that I don't fucking leave it in my pants.
How do you shake your dick when you're done? Do you do the slap up and down, side to side,
up and down, because I'm trying to get it in the toilet.
Do you ever just not hand it and just like
and just go? I actually like to do a helicopter, no hand helicopter.
so okay, no, but listen, I don't typically wear underwear. Like 9 times out of 10, I don't wear underwear, right?
Okay.
I just
you're going commando.
I do,
Uh-huh.
and so if I'm wearing like joggers, there's no hole, so you have to what is it, over the fence, right?
Right.
And, so
I always over the fence it.
You don't ever go through the zip.
Who?
Anyone has time for that unless you're like standing.
All right. Can you make a poll on Instagram?
Yeah.
And ask who actually doesn't go over the fence and who actually zips down their pants, pulls their wiener out, and sticks it between, like through the zipper hole? I don't think anybody does it.
even if you're in a like standing next to people,
Yeah.
you still just
I fully unbuckle my belt.
you just
And my belt's like
drop
okay, so my belt's
drop
really
your pants
no,
to your knees.
and I pull my shirt up and I take it right here. So I got this new belt and it like I don't have it in here. But it like ratchets, like it clicks in.
Oh yeah, I have one of those.
I
And you
love
like
it.
crank it like it's like a seat belt kind of like
Yeah, I
or
love
like
it.
the straps. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's really long. You're supposed to be able to cut it, but I just haven't done that yet because I wanted to see like if I like it. But it's really long. So when I like undo my belt, it goes wah and makes it look like if you were looking at my shadow, it looks like whoa, look at that. It looks really impressive, but it's
So
not really impressive.
it adds a little something. I so okay. I had my joggers on
Mm-hmm.
and I did drop
And what are joggers?
like, just like they almost look like stretchy like sweatpants, but they're like a little bit tighter.
Okay.
I have like a tan pair and a gray pair.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
And so I was like, fuck it. I'm feeling kind of lazy. So I pulled them down to my fucking knees and I
Uh-huh.
pulled my shirt up
Uh-huh. Wait, where? At home?
at work.
At work.
The stall didn't lock. So the door was wide open and there was a fucking volunteer.
So did
Yes.
so your underpants were down as well.
I didn't have underpants on.
So do you think
Yep.
have we stated your butt tattoo?
I don't think so. I think now is
I think
the
now's a
perfect
great time to say what you have tattooed on your ass cheek
So,
with a disclaimer.
yes. So disclaimer, it was post everyone. It was post it happening, and we'll talk about it, but it was pre us knowing
Yeah.
about
We could say post rape,
post rape.
before we had any knowledge of it.
Yes, right. So what? Let's go back to 2013 and playing Xbox. Maybe it was like 2012, playing Xbox, and someone was like, "I bet you won't get a tattoo of Bill Cosby's face on your butt cheek." And I was like, "Dog, that's dumb, but I will." So then let's fast forward to 2013, and sure as shit, I got a full portrait of Bill Cosby on my butt cheek.
It's really impressive too. It
And
is
you
to
know
this
what?
date my
It's
favorite
held up over
tattoo.
time. Yeah, for sure. And it was funny when I got it done. So we were like out in the tattoo studio, and this was before Kirk had his own booth. So it was just like in the middle.
Oh yeah, you're like in the place where they do like the piercings. Like
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep. So just pants down, and everyone's just coming over, like, "Oh yeah, cool, right." And it's fucking hilarious. Well, then what? About a year later,
It wasn't that fast.
it was maybe it was like 2 years later.
When did we learn
All these
of
allegations and all of
Bill
these women came, and it wasn't
Cosby?
like one or two. Not saying that makes it
Holy
okay.
shit, you're right.
What year was it? 2014.
Assault allegations against Cosby became more public after a stand-up routine by fellow comedian Hannibal Buress in October 2014. Wait, what the fuck does Hannibal Buress have to do with this?
Well,
But yeah, October 2014. Dude, you
so
didn't
a
have
year,
that.
about a full year later, and then a bunch of people were like, "Yeah, you know what? This happened to me too." And what was it? Quaaludes and like Benadryl or whatever his fucking cocktail was.
You know what you should have did? You should have said, "Oh yeah, I totally woke up one morning
And
with
I
this
had
on."
this. Well, and then it's like, so now if I go somewhere that's like I have to get naked for someone I don't know, like every time I have surgery now, I'm like, hey, I feel the need that I have to tell you about this because I don't want you to see it and think like I'm like like I'm pro Cos and also I never thought Bill Cosby was funny. I always thought Cosby humor was stupid.
Yeah.
Like never thought it was funny. I just thought the portrait of him on my butt cheek was going to be funny,
Sure.
and it still is.
It still
It's
is.
still funny.
I think
But-
it's arguably funnier now.
It is, but I have to fucking explain it. I didn't have to explain it before. Now I have to. I swear, every time I get fucking surgery, man, I have to.
Greg, your ass is the perfect example of why you should be very careful about what you get tattooed on you because you never know. You fucking never know.
Remember, kids, if you get it tattooed on you, the only way to get it off is lasering, or I guess if you chop your
A cheese grater.
yeah, cheese grater. I saw I saw like a meme where it's like or I see a lot of like tattoo artists still hang the cheese grater on their wall and it's like this is what happens if you don't pay or
Oh
whatever.
God.
But yeah. Cause funny. But yeah, so back to the stall story. So yeah, I was in the stall and so definitely saw me. It was a very
How long did they pause?
I don't know how long he was fucking there because I was done and I was on my phone afterwards.
Oh, you weren't shaking it.
I was just on my fucking phone
But your
and
pants
so
still down.
my pants were still the fuck down. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So
embarrassing. Hey, let me ask. You're in a bathroom, right? Like a one-person bathroom. Someone knocks. What do you say? Like, what's the right thing to say?
that's a tough one. So in school, it was always someone's in here,
Yeah, sure.
but now come in.
Yeah, now I say, come on in. I just warmed up the seat for you.
I say yo a lot. Yo.
Oh, okay.
Or give me a minute.
I say, that's what I say. Just a minute.
Or sometimes I don't say anything at all, and then they just aggressively
And they try to come in. Let me in.
Let me in.
I knocked on the door one time, and somebody said, they said, "Who is it?" And I said, and I like almost said it's me, Eric, but then I said, wait, who the fuck were they waiting for? like if I said the right person, if I said the right name, would the door have opened? Like,
it's like a secret code. They slide the fucking door open. But also, what is acceptable like bathroom time, right? Like, so if someone's in there for 10, 15, 20 minutes, like when do you start to get I don't say worried, but you know, if someone's in there fucking dead, you know, people die on the toilet.
Sure. I think post the first knock, I think you've got to hit that first knock so that they know that somebody's waiting, because it could just be somebody dicking off on their phone, right? And I think once you get that first knock,
10.
Yep. I think once you get that first knock, you now have a timer running. And 5 minutes is a really long time, but I've been on the toilet for a legitimate 5 minutes before. 10 minutes? It deserves another knock at 10 minutes. How about that?
Maybe, and I feel like, too, like
at
10 minutes, you there's probably something medical. You know, there's something going on that probably you should go see somebody.
If it hasn't come out yet, I don't think it's going to come out. Let me use the bathroom, and then you can jump back in.
Sure. Well, or like, would you let someone just go between your legs? You just spread your legs so they
I could slam dunk a turd between somebody's legs while they're all sitting on the toilet.
Do you think you could?
If you sit on them, like you sit on their lap, like your legs the other way.
So wait, you're facing them?
You're facing them and you sit on their lap like that. You could squeeze it in. I think that's the only.
I don't think so, because I think the way that your ass would be positioned, it would be up, kind of, wouldn't it?
And then your dicks are
you're just pole to pole.
Your dicks are touching. Yeah, you're right.
This episode is going to be, people are going to be like, "What the?
Why are we talking? Why are we talking about?" Okay, all right.
All right, let's stop talking about pole to pole and let's talk about pole to hole.
Okay, so pole to hole. Let me ask you this. I'm glad you said this. This is not scripted at all, but I wanted to talk about this. I've been waking up with crusties all over this eye right here, my left eye, R.I.P. And
it's my favorite TLC member.
It's like I'll wake up just like this.
Almost like if you had pink eye.
Like sealed shut. And I think I might have pink eye.
Let me see it.
Hold on. Coming.
I don't know, man. Like, dude.
It doesn't look like pink eye?
No. Good. And Jenna gets pink eye all the time.
When you keep bare ass farting on her pillow?
Well, so she would get it, and Isla gets it, and Arlo gets it. And, like, I got it, I think, one time maybe, but no, your eye would look real fucked up.
So here's where I think I got it, and this kind of beckons back to what we were just talking about. Just got done with anal, and then I started to, and like just in a happy mood, helicopter my dick. Do you think that could have given me pink eye?
That would be a hell of a shot. to get those doo-doo feces.
I think doo-doo feces spread pretty easy.
I mean, ask Michael Jackson. He walked in and there were doo-doo feces everywhere. I don't know, man. Like,
so I've actually just been like wiping it with a washcloth every
Sure.
morning.
But also, like,
and then
I
it's better.
notice if my allergies are fucked up, I'll wake up with crusties. My eye won't be crusted shut,
Yeah.
but I will have crusties.
So maybe I just have a
my
really
eye.
intense. It's just that. I had like a sinus thing going on last
Yep.
week, and like leading up to this, it was like right here,
Yep.
especially right here underneath this eye was so sore, like a super concentrated migraine just right here. Anytime I like breathed out.
Do you Flonase or Claritin or?
I take Zyrtec semi-regularly, and
Yeah.
I like was skipping the Flonase. So like I wasn't doing any of the things that I should have been doing. You know what I did do a couple times? I used my Navage.
Okay.
I'm gonna plug Navage, not sponsored or anything, but that thing is fucking great. If you know what an neti pot is, where you like stick the thing in your nose and then it's full of water and like a saline solution, and you pour it and it goes up and then back out. The Navage, you load it all up at the top and you hold the button. You stick them both in your nose, and it goes in one and out the other, and then down into a little drainage bowl. And but it does it like it's powered.
So, and you're supposed to use water that may have a brain-eating.
The brain-eating amoebas actually help the flow of water through your nose cavity.
And like, I don't want to say that's
distilled water only. Actually, is all I use.
Yeah, right. Because that I don't want to say is a thing that will probably happen, but it is scary because it can happen.
That's not something that I want to risk. That sounds actually terrifying. I'll risk food poisoning almost any day of the week.
For sure. Like, we'll go to Florida on vacation and people will be swimming in like these questionable like water holes. And it's like, dog, like you're in like a warm area. I feel like that's super, like, well, not super, but that's more relevant there than it is here. I don't like neti pods just because I don't like that feeling of it coming out the other side.
But after, it feels so good.
It does.
It feels so fucking good.
I'm a big fan of Afrin though.
Like
and Afrin.
What does Afrin do? Because I've never taken Afrin.
So it's a decongestant, but it works instantly because it's like super like mentholy. But there's such thing called like Afrin nose, and I guess people get addicted to it because like if you have really bad, like your nose gets really stuffy, it clears it up instantly. The kicker is, you know, when you're like super stuffed up, both nostrils, like you can't taste anything. You know what I mean? So, but you also can't breathe out of your nose. Well, this you can breathe out of your nose, but if you still won't be able to like taste anything. It's fucking weird, but you can breathe.
I don't like
and
that.
for me, like that's all I want is
just to be able to breathe. That's pretty nice. I value.
But I love that's my go-to. But I think the neti pot is probably, or the what is it, the Shabazz.
The Navage.
Navage.
I went and so I'm at work like feeling just like shit. And then one of our coworkers, she was like playing doctor for me. She said, "Oh, you got to go and you got to go get the Sudafed." And then she hit me. She said, "You got to get the good stuff though." And then I'm pretty sure
you have to get behind the counter.
And then I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's like the stuff that you make meth with.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, that's what the Smurfs
maybe
pick up.
pseudoephedrine, whatever the things is. And so I like looked all around, and I guess you got to get it from fucking behind the counter, right?
Dude, you got to get everything from behind the counter.
Yeah, so I got like the not as good stuff, and it made me feel better. But
hear me out. Okay, so there's prescription, there's over the counter, right? Like that's kind of OTC versus prescription. And you remember Claritin used to be like prescription based. Now it's over the counter. However, is it still over the counter when you have to get it from behind the counter?
Or what if it's BTC?
Right? And it's
Bitcoin?
Like, oh, okay. Hashtag to the moon. So, but you look at like, it's typically like the Sudafed, I think like the Tylenol, like PM, like the hardcore, you know, varieties of those pills you have to get from behind the counter. And I think there are limits on them, and you have to have an ID.
And you have to show your ID so that they know that you're not buying.
I think they scan it into the the system, and it just
I wonder if there's a database.
And but my thing is too, like, the people who get pissed off at that are typically the
The
ones
ones that
who
are abusing it?
yeah,
Yeah,
right,
so
like
that's what you have to do. So I have to wonder, that's actually might be where I go buy all my drugs, is anything that you can abuse, you have to get from behind the counter, the
sure.
BTC stuff.
Well, but my thing is though, like that shit doesn't. I guess too, like if you're cooking meth, you're doing a little bit more. Like you're changing
Yeah.
the formula and you're adding stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, what's his face? Trevor Moore. We were just talking about that. There's a whole whitest kids you know
Oh, yeah, that's right.
episode or skit that talks about how to make meth,
Uh-huh, they
and
give the
they
whole
talk about
recipe,
that.
right?
Or Walter White, and he says you
But he
get it from
wouldn't
the strike. He said you get it from the match, like the striker pads, not the or
oh,
whatever.
not the actual match
Yeah,
heads, yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
yeah. But I've been seeing that a lot of Walgreens have been closing, and like I guess there are a bunch of CVS's that are shutting down because one, like apparently those being a pharmacist in that capacity in those locations is ass because it's like I don't want to say like the fast food version, but it's not like being a pharmacist at a hospital. Like, okay, you were at CVS, I need you to turn out X amount of prescriptions at this rate, and you're only making like, barely, like not barely, but like six figures, but not as much as if you were somewhere else.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, that's tough.
and apparently, so there's like a lot of the Walgreens in Middletown, they're closed or they don't that oh we're open from like
Oh,
10
they
to
have, like, super
1.
limited
Yeah,
hours.
yeah, and they don't have any of the drugs you need.
Mm.
Then you got to get it transferred. That's why I use Amazon for
I was listening to some podcasts earlier today, and I heard advertisements for Amazon prescription and Amazon, like, medical, like,
yeah, that's what we use. The
what?
prescription, not the medical. So I switched all of my prescriptions over to Amazon maybe a year and a half ago. And so Amazon's slick because they'll say, okay, here's your prescription through insurance, or they offer like the Amazon RX plan. It's like $10 a month or something. And like I get Flonase, but I get Flonase, what is it, Flukta, whatever, like the prescription because
Fluconazole, yeah.
it's super cheap. But their plan, oh, okay, well, you can get 3 bottles of it, which would be, dude, they're like $20 if you get the actual Flonase, 3 bottles for the $10 price.
Hmm.
Or like a lot of the times, the drugs that I get for like my migraine is just cheaper to get it through their RX program and not through my insurance. And all I had to do was say, "Hey, I have all my prescriptions right now at this CVS." They sent them over to Amazon, and then Amazon sends them to you the next day. Now,
Do you get to do, like, subscribe and save?
yeah,
Does
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
include does it if it adds into your subscribe and
it
save, that's
does.
lit.
Now the kicker is if you go to like the doctor and I need an antibiotic.
Right
Well,
now,
you
yeah.
can't get it the same day, so then you're probably still gonna have to go to Walgreens and CVS. Like you can't completely eliminate pharmacies because
Brick and mortar pharmacy,
you
yeah.
need them for I don't have 24 hours to wait for something that I need to take right now.
But I'd be okay driving a little further. If I'm sick, I mean, if you're
Sure.
sick,
Yeah.
like you're not going to work,
Nope.
right? Like that's what your day is. I just took Salem to the doctor, second time in like a month.
Did they give her a prescription?
Yeah, 2, like a ear infection drops.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing that she was there for a month ago.
Yeah.
Right when we got back from the cruise, actually at the tail end of the cruise, she had it. So, the eardrops and then another antibiotic, but they said, well, she might not need the antibiotic, but I'll call it in. And I paid for it like an idiot. Like, even though, so she won't even need it. So if you
No, you
need
have it.
some, yeah, well, I guess for how long is that good for? I don't know.
It's always a year. If you ever look at
Oh,
prescriptions,
okay.
it's always a year, but I don't know like how true.
Well, what could go wrong? So I guess if she gets inevitably in 1 month when she gets another one, I could just call and be like, hey, she's not feeling well. I feel like she's a nurse. She knows. She could probably
Right.
give based on what we know.
Well, I mean, I look at like I get a kidney stone and they give me Percocet or Dilaudid.
I saw a fucking cartoon. You know the Cyanide and Happiness?
Yeah.
I saw it was the kidney stone fairy. And so this guy was like, "Oh, it hurts so fucking bad. It hurts so fucking bad. I can't get it out. I can't get it out." And he's trying to piss it out. And his wife goes, "Honey, you've been at it for so long. Just try to go to sleep if you can." And he goes to sleep. And the fucking kidney stone fairy comes, flies in the window. And then it just fast forwards to the next day. And he just starts screaming. Shows an x-ray of his dick when he goes to the doctor, and he goes, "Why is everybody," and it shows like a fucking coin, like a quarter stuck
Just shoved
sideways,
in there.
stuck sideways in the dick.
Just put it in the fucking.
And there's just like 15 guys laying on the ground at the doctor's office, all like screaming in pain because they got quarters in their dicks.
So, okay, look, I don't cry a lot, but like the only time I do, like, I'm on the brink of crying is anytime I get a kidney stone. And it's the weirdest thing. Like, the pain happens fast. Like we could be talking and then all of a sudden it's just like
Yeah.
torture.
I feel bad that you get them. That sucks.
It does suck. And then as soon as you piss it out though, like it's like it never happened. It's the weirdest fucking
No,
sensation.
you're not like raw feeling or
Not at all. And because like, I mean, I've pissed out some really big stones, but like you think about how small it really is, but how even smaller like your ureter is, and the tubes that like and I think what happens is I think the pain comes from the stone blocking your piss, and so that backup is what causes that excruciating
That's why it hurts
pain.
in more places than just your dick.
And you like it's like a weird pattern. Like it's like, oh, lower back, and then it's like, oh, now it's in my front. And like that's how you know it's like coming out. And then you can be like, oh, my balls burn. And then it just comes out. But like
That's why you gotta get that Flomax.
I have a ton of Flomax and I'll take one. But the miracle drug for me isn't even like Percocet or Dilaudid. It's Toradol, which is just Toradol is just like liquid Tylenol, essentially. It's I think a little bit stronger than that. But like for whatever reason.
Yeah, that does it for you.
And I asked the last time I went, I was like, hey, can I have this, but in a like they make it in pill form? She's like, well, the problem, it's really good, but it's really bad for you. So like it'll fuck your stomach up, and like it can cause ulcers. Like it's not something you want to take unless you absolutely need it. So like
in
I was
pill
like,
form. Why in pill form is it?
Well, I think even in liquid form too, but like that's why I don't think that's something you take every day for, oh, I have a headache, let me take this. But I don't go to the hospital every day with a kidney stone. But when you get them, Toradol, anyone listening, that's the shit.
Toradol for kidney stones.
Toradol for kidney stones. And I don't know what else it's for, but
I'm so glad I don't get that shit. I'm like a relatively
yeah. Have you ever even gone to the hospital besides the lip piercing?
Right. Yeah. So right here, I used to have my labret pierced. It was my first and only piercing. I got it when I was probably 18 years old, and it was really cool. I felt like a cool guy. I had the
Did you go to a legit? Did you go to like a shop, or did like your boy do it?
I'm pretty sure I went to Alliance.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Which is funny because Kirk was probably there then.
Yeah.
Circa 2006, I want to say. No, it would have been, no, I might have been older than 18. It was probably circa 2008.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. He was there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know how long it existed for in my mouth, 3 months maybe. And then on it, so there's a plate on the inside, and then the plate has a pole that comes out, and then it screws in at the very tip. Well, skin started to grow over the plate, and I'm at work, and I couldn't leave work. I don't even think I had a car. So at the end of the shift, I get driven to the emergency room, and they go, "Oh yeah, that's in there real good." And they take a scalpel, and they just slice it and get pliers, and they go.
And Did they like numb you up first?
No, nothing.
Oh, really? They just fucking they just went for it? Oh.
Nothing at all. It hurt like a motherfucker.
Would you get it again?
No,
Do you
I'm
fuck
okay.
with piercings like that?
Nope.
Say it.
My body's a temple. only fast food and THC drinks Can
Oh
I
yeah,
tell you?
how? Okay, yeah,
Oh, wait, we played games that night?
we did, and
Well,
did
I mean,
so
you were playing games. I was being a potato.
did you notice? So you and I both consume THC and the weeds,
The
but
devil's lettuce.
yeah, for sure. We inject marijuanas. But the THC drink, how did that make you feel versus like edibles or smoking flower?
Listen, here's the thing. I'm such a lightweight.
Yeah.
With only that, I'm not okay with any THC that I take. I'm a cheap date. I could get 3 milligrams of THC in any form and just be stupid. So I'm not the best judge of how it made me feel. I'll tell you how they all make me feel. Really stoned. I'm just like this.
Just one of these.
And everything's hilarious.
I mean, I feel like I don't know. That's good. That's how
For sure.
I prefer that feeling over being drunk any day of the week, to be
Yeah, sure.
honest.
Yep.
I think it just feels better.
Yep. I mean,
But
I don't get hungover from either, but
you don't, which is wild.
I know,
I've
thankfully.
I've definitely had like alcohol hangovers, but I've definitely also had hangovers from getting way too high.
Mm.
And I guess I don't know if it's considered a hangover, but I felt like dick the next day.
I know that stoners would argue that it's
They'll
not
say, well,
that.
and marijuana isn't addictive. And it's like, well, I feel like anything could technically be addictive, right?
I mean, you just said people get addicted to fucking Afrin. So if people can get
Afrin
addicted
knows,
to
dog.
Afrin, they can get addicted to marijuana. Because that
I-
marijuana makes you feel better than fucking Afrin. Although breathing does kick ass.
It does. And so I always have it on tap. And I always get the 3-pack from Amazon.
Wait,
And,
are you addicted to Afrin?
yeah, I might. I actually just took a hit before, and it burns your
Just see me
fucking
going off camera?
nostrils. Yeah, it fucking fries your shit. But I don't know, man. There's just something about not being able to breathe.
Can we get banned from like podcast platforms for off-screen drug use? If I infer that I'm doing a line of cocaine down here,
dude,
if I just go,
I wonder if that is some sort of violation of something. Like you see people smoking on camera all the fucking time.
you know what?
Like,
Maybe we'll lose all our sponsorships.
yeah, right. We'll go broke. Just for you, we already are.
And that reminds me, we're going to take a quick commercial break for our sponsors. And we're back.
So
You
as
can
you
cut
noticed,
that.
that was a very long.
You can cut that, right? That was such a good. What do you think about that? Our new sponsor. That commercial was great.
You know what? I don't know, man. Who are we talking to? Where it will be very nice when we get sponsors. It will, but it's also nice being able to do whatever the fuck we want, whenever the fuck we want. And it's one of those things where I don't ever want us to completely lose our creativity hold over what we do.
I genuinely just want to talk about dumb bullshit.
Well, right. And I understand that sometimes
with literally anybody.
and that's what I like is just talking about dumb shit with other people also who may know more about said dumb shit than we do. Because what did someone say? Who it's just a couple of assholes yammering on about shopping carts or whatever.
We do love our shopping cart conversations, I guess.
We piss off the fucking internet about that.
People are dumb.
That's
That's why you don't read the comments. You don't read the comments.
If you read the comments, I don't care who you are. If you sit there and read through all of the comments, it's probably going to put you into a bad headspace.
Because there's going to be some hater. No matter what content you're making, you're going to have a hater. Someone's going to talk shit, or they're going to shit on you, or they're going to make a point that could hurt you.
Yep.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Fuck them. If you're enjoying it, making the content that you want to make, do it. Don't listen to the haters.
And I think that's what's really difficult sometimes. So like so after we record the episode, I use Riverside and Descript or whatever to get the clips, right? Because they help figure out like kind of what makes a good popular clip. But 9 times out of 10, I go through and pull clips that like they didn't even hit on, right? It's things that like
Mhm.
we thought were funny and
Mhm.
that's what we want to post. And sometimes they're stinkers and they don't,
Like, can you talk about me helicoptering my dick?
sure. Yeah, right. Like
Boom.
so dick helicoptering. But I think it's kind of you use the AI and it gives you clips and it like assigns it a virility score.
Mm.
But sometimes it's like stupid shit. And I think a lot of the clips now, like when you watch YouTube or Instagram, like they want you to have the clip and you put the B-roll in and you put I always have to slap a song on. You can't just have us talking without a little background music,
Sure, sure.
or else no one fucking sees it.
That's weird.
it,
That's
it
what
it's
the
fucking
yeah, you
weird.
got to feed the
You got to feed the algae,
algorithm.
feed the
Yeah.
algorithm, or else, and you got to post what at least 5 times a week, and
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. But we've been complimented by a coworker. She said she's so sweet. She's this oh, she told how old she is. She's much older lady, not our demographic. Love
77 probably.
sure. She's going to hear this, so you better not guess high.
Yeah, I feel like 76, 77, maybe.
Maybe, but she said, and bravo to you guys for your consistency. And I said, oh, that's all Greg. She probably was talking about the episodes because I don't know how much she posts. She follows us on like Instagram, but
Well, my thing is, no matter what, will do an episode every Wednesday. And, you know, we change it up, whether it's just you and me or we have someone on. And that's just how we do things. But I think when it comes to posting on Instagram, I try to post something every day. But like today, we were supposed to have a guest on. Family emergency came up, so we'll do that next week. And like that's the cool thing, we can fucking do that.
mm-hmm,
We
mm-hmm,
have that ability to change shit on the fly.
mm-hmm.
Um,
I'll tell you what I did just do. And I know I think I mentioned this, and you can't do this because of the podcast. I just limited all my social media accounts on my phone 1 shared hour per day. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You know what? I didn't add Reddit to that list, and I found myself on Reddit today after my time limit ran out.
as you should be. Reddit, I think Reddit can be the.
So maybe what I'll do, I might add like give Reddit its own hour, but the other three share a separate hour.
I don't know, man. Reddit can be a real time suck.
I know, I know. I also use it for porn.
Sure,
So,
it has
if
everything. Reddit has everything.
it really does.
There's a subreddit for everything.
And I also turned off notifications for Instagram. I think I'm going to do so for Facebook because they just send like especially Facebook is really good for I'll open it up 9 notifications. Why the fuck do I have 9 notifications? I haven't seen this guy since high school, almost 20 fucking years ago. I don't care if he posted 3 updates. That has nothing to do with me. Why is that a notification for me?
Well, and Facebook's weird too because like we'll get, or I don't know if you see them, but like I'll get notifications for the Daddies Instagram,
On Facebook.
and yeah, it's on Facebook. So
Mm.
and then it confuses me because I'm like, well, I think I already looked at this. I can't do like I have to be on Instagram. Like I'll check it at least once every hour just to respond to messages or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm gonna pre-schedule our posts, like our
Mm.
videos and stuff, on like Sunday or whatever. Just do the entire week, and then only respond one time a day, like at the like an hour,
Do that
just
for
and
yourself
that's it.
because you're
Because
gonna.
nothing changes, so it's like if I hit you now, if you message me, there's no difference between what's the difference between now and 2 hours later.
Mm-hmm,
If there's
mm-hmm.
something that pressing, then
If
sure,
something's
yeah,
that pressing, someone would call
yeah,
you,
right. There's
not an Instagram thing
none of
for
our
like
stuff is
Daddy's the
life and
podcast.
death.
No, no,
You
no, no,
know,
no, no, not yet.
maybe it will be one day. But I think for me, like, we don't have a TikTok, but we do most of our conversing on Instagram and on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is growing, but our Instagram is our biggest account or whatever.
That's our home base.
That is our home base, because I feel like that's where we were most comfortable there.
You know what? I should post something. I had a rainbow at my house. Like there was a rainbow, or not at my house.
Was it a double rainbow? Because what does it mean?
A double rainbow all across the sky.
R.I.P.
Fuck, that's so funny. No, there was like a shadow of a second rainbow. It was like real faint, but the other one, it was like really good. I got a really good picture of my house, like with the rainbow right behind it.
And you know what? People love that shit almost as much as an AI generated action figure.
Yo, fucking was that ChatGPT? Did me dirty. Made me. What did you say? What did you say? Eric will now be referred to as Lil Slugger.
So okay, so the new trend is the action figure trend, or it's like turn yourself into a Barbie or a plastic figure. And so
I saw the NFL one. It was all the NFL players.
Fucking Deshaun Watson had the fucking like the massage bed with the fucking lotion.
Patrick Mahomes had a little yellow flag.
Fucking yeah. So you put the prompt in, and the problem is people were fucking gatekeeping the command. If there's one thing I hate, don't gatekeep shit. It's fucking stupid. So it took me like 30 minutes to figure out what to put into ChatGPT, and I finally found it. And so you put the prompt in, and then it's like upload 3 to 4 pictures of yourself. So for us, I uploaded 4 pictures from our podcast on there, and then I gave it things that we liked. I said, hey, a laptop, headphones, energy drinks, microphone, basic generic shit. And it did all of that well. But then the first picture it gave us, we were like wearing bulletproof vests for some fucking reason, but you were also half my size.
Safety first. I'll just be your mini-me.
And then I said, no. I think I said, what are you, like, are you 6 feet, 6'1"? Or are you 6 even? So I said 6, and I'm 5'10", right? Because you're taller than me. And then it said, oh, okay, cool. And then it still made you short as shit compared to me. And we had to use it because that shit was hilarious.
It is funny.
It's fucking funny. But that's a super popular trend right now. And I don't know who started that or why that's a trend, but we did it. And, something else that I do want to say that we're going to be doing, I'm going to be doing it, and you can help me. So something that I've been wanting to do for a while is like a how-to series. Now that we're kind of segmenting our YouTube out and making it a little bit easier for people to access certain things. So how to podcast, right? Like things that I wish that we knew about when we first started, and I don't want to do dude, how many times do you see, all right, well, these are the 5, you have Riverside, Zencast, yada, yada, yada. Like, I want to talk about the things that we use and the things that worked for us and didn't work for us.
Yep.
And I'll probably break it up over 3 videos, like recording, editing, whatever. But I think that would be a cool way to just, I don't know, dude, there were things that I wish that I was able to find. And dude, do you remember when you and I first started, we both plugged 2 microphones into my old iMac and just watched it go out of sync for whatever reason, not realizing like, hey, there's time clocks and shit.
You've spent thousands, and I say that confidently, of hours poring over this and learning and failing and then succeeding podcasting.
And that's why I'm only going to talk about what we do, because I don't know about what I don't know. And so that's not my thing. But what I do know is what works for us, and maybe that'll work for someone else. Because one thing that I don't do is fucking gatekeep. If you hit me up and ask me what plugins I use, I'll fucking tell you. I don't care. It's not some fucking secret. But I think that's something that
it's a good story to tell. I think people would appreciate it.
Yeah, because you know what I like? A good story to tell.
Now, are you going to start your video? what's going on, guys?
And you
It's
have
your
to start
boy.
with some like fucking song that's like all techno-y, and then we'll have our logo fade in.
Lightning strikes going.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna have to.
I think you have to
By
that algorithm.
yeah, yeah, to feed the tutorial.
Speaking of
album.
dubstep techno stuff, Skrillex dropped that album 2 weeks ago now on April Fool's Day. Fire.
So Skrillex, okay, you know what? It's funny because you hear, so Jenna was just talking about this, and like her students were talking about how, like, oh, do you know who Skrillex is? And it's like, yo, you better put some respect on my man Sonny Moore, you know.
Uh-huh.
But
I played the
Sonny
kids
Moore,
some. What is it? From first to last.
from first to last,
I played the kids some from first to last.
and they were like,
what
"What the fuck is this?"
What? They just
Okay, but
turned
Sonny
it out.
Moore, like, you ask any female or male, like, that was like, oh my god, Sonny Moore is like, that's my crush, you know, back in the 2000 MySpace era when
we ran in different circles. None of my friends knew who the fuck Sonny Moore was.
but Sonny Moore was smart, because what's way more profitable than the emo post-hardcore fucking dubstep, and he DJ, and like he is a goddamn genius for that. And then he fucking changed, and it's like, oh, so you were really good at this, but now you're also really good at this, but that's going to make you a lot more money.
Yeah.
So, except he was on. So, do you remember when I think it was Skrillex, when Beavis and Butthead
Okay.
I mean, this was probably what, like 8 years ago.
I remember when that happened. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So you know how Beavis and Butthead, they watch music videos.
Yeah.
Like that's what they do.
Uh-huh.
So a Skrillex video came on, and I just remember, I think it was Skrillex, and they were like,
Let me see.
This sucks.
they get flamed.
I feel like I can't remember if it was that, but yeah, I don't know.
Let's see. Oh my god.
It was a minute ago. Beavis and Butthead.
It was
shit.
the first of the year Equinox song.
Okay.
The one where it goes, call 911 now.
Yeah. So they were like, but you know, Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead are lit.
Yeah.
That's a Mike Judge thing, right?
Yep, just like King of the Hill and
Office Space.
Was that
Mike Judge?
Yep. Extract with Mila Kunis and Jason Bateman.
Okay.
Where he so in that movie, Jason Bateman like he's like the manager of some factory, and when he gets home, if his wife has her sweatpants on, he's not going to get laid. So what he does is he hires this really attractive pool guy to fuck her, so that way gives him an excuse to cheat on her with Mila Kunis.
Oh, okay.
And so he does, like, he hires this like handsome looking dude, and the guy like fucks her, and he's like, all right, job's done. And he's like, you were only there for like 5 minutes. How did that happen so fast? But yeah, no, that was a good movie.
Story of my life.
Yeah, same. You don't have to twist my arm.
Don't have to twist your nipples, I think you meant to say.